Hi, I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig, and today we are doing a cooler comparison. It's currently 73 degrees out, sun is shining, high is 84, and it is humid. I think it's gonna be a great day for this. In the lineup, starting over here, we have the Hydro Flask soft cooler at 22 liters. Comes in at $200. Next to it, the Yeti Flip 12 at almost 12 liters, $250. The Walmart Ozark Trail, we couldn't find an exact liter size on it. It said 24 can. However, it's very similar size to the Yeti Flip 12. And then over here on the far end, Orca Podster 27 liter at $240. You can see that they're similarly sized, however, they're not exact same sizes. So in the end, that may throw off measurements a little bit, but we're just trying to get an overall idea of how these compare to each other. Now, how we're gonna do this is that I've already filled each of these coolers with exactly 8 pounds of ice. I've done that with a shipping scale that is very accurate, as well as this bowl. So I put the bowl on it, took tare down to 0, and then filled it with 8 pounds of ice, and then filled these coolers. Now the coolers were all stored in the garage, so they were the same starting temperature. The way that I'm gonna measure the efficiency of each cooler is every 2 hours, I'm gonna come out, I'm just going to unzip the cooler a little bit, trying to keep the coolness inside. I'm gonna dump whatever water has formed out into this bowl, and then I will weigh it on that shipping scale to see how much water comes out of each cooler. Now I said I'll do it every 2 hours, and that's the plan to start with. I don't really know how this is gonna go though, so if I come out in 2 hours and I'm getting a ton of water, I may step that up to every hour. And if I come out in 2 hours and I don't really have any water out of them, then I may extend that and just kind of see where this falls. However, I'll keep you updated, and we will measure how much water's coming out and see where this ends. Now, I don't know if in 6 or 8 hours there'll still be ice left. That's a possibility, or there may not be any ice left. So we will see. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we are 2 hours into this at this point. I have emptied the water out of these coolers, and here are the results. This is how much weight of water I got out. The Orca, I had 4 ounces come out. The Ozark, 4.9 ounces of water. The Yeti, 7.1 ounces of water. And the Hydro Flask, 6.7 ounces. Here's the thing, the results obviously are varying quite a bit. I thought that this guy, the Walmart brand, would really not have even any ice still in it. So I'm surprised that that one's doing so well. However, when I start naming how much water is coming out, keep in mind that we really need to get to the end of this to see which ones still have ice compared to which ones don't have ice at all, because the amount that's coming out is not completely scientific. There's obviously still some water that I'm not able to get out completely. I'm trying to keep the cold air trapped inside as well. So I'm gonna go 4 hours on this instead of 2 and see where we're at in another 4 hours. It's now 4 hours later, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and the sun has actually been in and out. Right now it's kind of poking out a little bit, but we still do have those temps. I'm going to give you a total from the last time plus what we just emptied out of these. So this is a total over 6 hours now. If you want the 2 hour and then the 4 hour and then whatever's gonna happen next, just go down to the description and we'll list those more broken up by the hours. But this is total for the last 6 hours. So the Orca is 21.1 ounces of water that's come out. The Ozark Trail is 28.1. The Yeti, 29.7. And the Hydro Flask, 32.9. I'm going to check these again in 4 hours and see where we're at. Back with update number 4. It has been an additional 4 hours since the last one. It is now 7 p.m. and 84 degrees. It got up all the way to 87 today, so a little bit warmer than I thought. We just emptied the water out, and these numbers that I'm about to give you are, again, the total from the very beginning. So, Orca, 39.7, the Ozark Trail, 50.5, Yeti, 51.7, and the Hydro Flask, 59.1. So if we're keeping score, the Orca's doing really well. It has definitely lost the least amount of ice, and the Hydro Flask has lost the most amount. So we're going to do another one. You can see the sun setting. We'll get another one in tonight in the dark in another 3 to 4 hours. We'll see. We'll update you when that time comes. And then I think we'll probably have to let them sit overnight and then catch another one in the morning. Hopefully there's ice left. You can see it is officially nighttime here. It's 10 p.m., outside air temperature is 79 degrees, and I'm pretty surprised at how much ice still remains in all of these coolers. I wasn't really sure what to expect despite the claims that they all make. So, with the Orca, we have so far gotten out 50 ounces of water. Ozark Trail, 62.3, the Yeti, 63.8, and the Hydro Flask, 72.6. We're gonna go to bed. We'll pick this up in the morning. For how much ice is still in there, I think that we should still have ice tomorrow morning and then throughout the day. We will see. It's now 7 a.m. and we still have some ice left. Now yesterday we started this at 9 a.m. so we are 22 hours into this. It's currently 70 degrees and the high today is 76. With as much ice that's left in some of these, I think we're gonna be going for quite a while today. So the grand total of how much weight in ounces from the water that we've gotten out from each of these. With the Orca, it's been 73.8 ounces. The Ozark Trail, 91.7. The Yeti, 93.9. And the Hydro Flask, 103.9. Kind of surprised so far. I'm going to check this again in 2 to 4 hours and we'll see exactly where we're at. Moving right along, we are at 26 hours now. It's 11 a.m. and the temperature is 69 degrees, so it's actually gone down just a little bit from this morning. Results are the Orca is at 86.5 ounces of water that has been lost. The Ozark Trail, 106.6, the Yeti, 108.1, and the Hydro Flask at 122.3. There's not much ice left in the Hydro Flask, so we'll see if that one can make it another 4 hours with some ice still in it. The wind's picked up a little bit. We've had 3 hours that have elapsed, so it is now 2 o'clock and a total time of 29 hours has gone by. Now we've had one cooler that is tapped out in those 29 hours. That's been the Hydro Flask. So here's where we stand. The Orca has lost 95.6 ounces of water. The Ozark Trail, 118.5. The Yeti, 119.3. And then the Hydro Flask, 127.9, which if you remember, I initially put in 8 pounds of ice and we got out almost within 0.1 ounces, we got out 8 pounds of water out of that cooler. So we'll now see where these other three line up. It is 5 p.m. and about 74 degrees. We have now had 2 coolers officially throw in the towel. The Ozark Trail as well as the Yeti. So where we stand is 32 hours into this. Both of these have lost all of their ice. The Orca, we still have approximately about 1.5 pounds ice left in it. So we've emptied out 103.5 ounces of water from the Orca, 127.8 ounces from the Ozark Trail, and 125 ounces from the Yeti. We're gonna keep this going and see how much longer the ice lasts in the Orca. We finally finished up and here are the results. The Orca came in lasting the longest at almost 40 hours. And then 8 hours less than that, the Ozark Trail and the Yeti, 32 hours of ice retention. And then a few hours less was the Hydro Flask at 29 hours. Now, if you recall, we started with 8 pounds of ice in each cooler, and then throughout the days, we were just emptying the water out and weighing how much water came out. I was really surprised at how great the Orca did at its ice retention. It really kind of blew the others away. Also, very disappointed in the Yeti. Again, surprised by the Walmart Ozark Trail. These two were just neck and neck pretty much the entire time. One thing that I'd say with the Walmart one is that even though it did retain ice, I definitely would not recommend it because I can't get more than 1 or 2 days out of this cooler without zippers breaking on me. Literally, they get snagged up and the zipper, the metal, completely breaks. It's very poor quality. So the others are what I'd say excellent quality, but the Yeti, I don't know, I was disappointed at how long the ice did not last in it compared to the other two. Pretty interesting because this one lasted the longest, then these two, then this one. they were right in line the whole time. We've never done this before. We didn't know how it would work out. It just kind of worked that way. So if you guys have any questions about this, please feel free to leave them in the comments below and we'll get back to you. Also, if you're wondering where we are, what we're up to, check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Adventure Rig. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig.